kind of footage before. So this is standard practice across the UK. This is footage gathered from over 100 different farms and farming facilities such as slaughterhouses. It really shows the background of the food industry and what happens to the animals before they end up on our plates.
So what can you do to change this?
You can stop purchasing them, you can stop supporting the industries if it's a gradual change. So as fewer and fewer people support the industry and support alternative food sources,
So stop eating meat. Is that the message?
not just meat. No, anything from animals leads to this kind of exploitation. Yeah, being a vegan. We're all vegans here. We advocate for a vegan lifestyle, which basically means that you make a conscious effort to minimize the cruelty you inflict on other animals. And it's horrific, the things they do to these animals, just so that we can have a choice of eating their flesh or their secretions. So, yeah, this is from a slaughterhouse, Essex 2011. They'll hit them to make them go where they want them to go.
This is actually real life?
This is real life, this is standard practice. Bread tractor, RSPCA approved, nationwide. This happens all over the world, every second of every day, because humans have an insatiable greed for animal products. We feel like we're entitled to eat them and take all they can give. We breed them into existence so that we can take all that we can get. And in the industry, they don't care about the state of the animals as long as they're in a good enough condition to be sold.
What's the rules for that?
Yeah, there are rules and regulations, but they don't mean anything for the animals.
What's with the mods?
They're just to attract attention, to draw people in.
James.
All right, so do you eat eggs and dairy?
Yeah.
Do you know about what happens in the egg industry and the dairy industry?
Is there another video for that?
It's on a cycle, maybe you'll see it soon. But in the egg industry, they need female hens to lay eggs.
Yeah.
So they let some of the eggs hatch, and if they separate them for boys and girls. The eggs have the same fate as their mothers. They turn into egg-producing machines. And the boys, they don't produce any eggs, so they get put on a conveyor belt and dropped into a macerator. So they're ground up alive.
How long have you been vegan?
Since January. I went straight into activism. Sorry?
So it was recent?
Yeah, I went vegan in January.
I just together then? Do you all know each other?
We all met in all these different events we attend, yeah, in local
Did you
towns.
start vegetarian first and then vegan, or go straight vegan straight away?
I had a couple of weeks where I was a bit iffy on meat.
Yeah.
I just kind of didn't want to eat it as much, and then I just cut it out because I saw some videos online.
So I can't drink milk as well, cereal.
There's so many different types of milk. There's plant-based milks. I have a variety. I have almond milk, cashew milk, coconut milk, soy milk.
I know that more expensive, like an extra 2 or 3 quid.
If you go to Tesco and Sainsbury's, they have milk for 60p, 1 litre.
Oh, for cashew milk?
Yeah.
Does it taste nice or is it disgusting?
It depends on your preference. You can taste the variety, see what you like. You can also sweeten them up with a bit of maple syrup even.
Yeah.
If they're not
Even
sweet enough.
milk, that's bad for the animals.
Yeah, you'd think that milk isn't so bad because it's just.
They're not harmless.
But to get milk, the cow needs to be pregnant. They're like humans in that they're mammals. They only produce milk when they've had a baby or they're pregnant. So the farmers will artificially inseminate them, which is effectively rape. They'll stick their fists inside them, insert some semen. 9 months later, when the cow's born, if it's a boy, that won't produce any milk. So there's 2 options they can do. They can either put a bullet in its head and it'll just be done with.
Which is legal.
It's legal, yeah. RSPCA approved.
I thought I was going to say it's supposed to stop those things.
Supposed to, but clearly not. It doesn't do a very good job. So yeah, they'll either kill the boy within a day after they separate them from their mother, or they'll raise it for about 4 months. Yeah, they'll raise the boy for about 4 months, fatten it up, and then send it to the veal industry for tender meat.
How do you get protein then? Because surely you need that in your life.
How does the gorilla or the ox or the giraffe or the elephant get protein? They're all herbivores.
Are they?
Protein comes from plants.
Is it?
Yeah?
So what? Huh?
It's this fallacy. We were brought up to believe that you need to eat meat to get protein, but it's just not the case. All the protein the animals get is from the grains they're fed, and that goes into their bodies, and then we eat their bodies to get the protein. Why not cut the middleman, stop filtering nutrients through a living being, and just eat the vegetables and the grains and the nuts and the fruits?
How old are you?
I'm 20.
You're very smart.
Thank you.
You thought that was a big word. You went to uni?
Yeah, I'll go to uni.
What uni do you
I'm at Swansea University.
What is that?
How come you heard it?
I live in Watford with my family. I just go there when I'm at uni.
You pay for this?
No, this is activism. I feel like being a vegan, I want to do the best that I can to minimize cruelty
Is this
to
like
all
you,
animals.
all you like set up by you?
Sorry?
You like the leader of this?
I'm not the leader, no. There's no leader here, there's no hierarchy. We're all the same. We all have a common goal to spread information, share knowledge with other people who may not know it. But I want to be the activist that I wish would have approached me 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So would you be interested in learning more about veganism and taking it on? So these are some cards we have. We have lots of information here. If you have YouTube or Netflix, there's plenty of videos here. The top one here, the best speech you will ever hear,
Oh,
that's what turned me vegan.
Which one?
The best speech you will ever hear.
How long will it be? How long is it?
It's about an hour long. There are short videos though. If you, like 101 reasons to go vegan, that's quite brief. There's also some documentaries if you have the time. Some of them based on health, like What the Health on Netflix.
Yeah.
You can also learn about the wider effects of the animal agriculture industry and what it's doing to the planet. Did you know that 91% of Amazon deforestation is for animal agriculture? It's to either clear land for the animals to graze on or to produce food for them to eat.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You didn't.
How does the iPad not run out of charge?
Charge them up before we get here. They last a few hours. It's not so bad. Here you go, it's your card.
Do I get masked?
You can join us. If you become vegan, that's top one, yeah, that's it.
Join me.
Can we?
Yeah, we would love it if you join us. If you become a vegan and you want to spread the word and help other people make the conversion like we're doing, it's really fulfilling. It's about aligning your moral values with your actions.
Yeah.
We all say we love animals, but then we pay for other people to murder them and to exploit them for all they can give. So I missed that bit.
That's milk.
That's milk, yeah. Did you know that milk, yeah, they're the udders. Milk contains pus and blood and pesticides and urine and feces because the cows aren't cleaned. Their udders have feces dried up on it.
In the milk?
Yeah, that goes in the milk. All the milk from all the cows in the facility is pooled in one massive container.
Okay, so let's say like people want to go vegan. What substitutes for these? Because obviously, like taking out meat and dairy
Yeah.
products are a big, like, do you know what I mean,
Yeah.
animal's diet. So how would you like to substitute?
So milk,
Yeah.
all dairy products. There are vegan cheeses.
What about almond milk? Is that good?
Almond milk, yeah, that's brilliant. I love that. It's my favorite.
Is that vegan as well?
Yeah, it's vegan. Yeah. What that is, it's just different nuts grounded up, water put through them, maybe some other ingredients like B12.
That's healthy as well.
Yeah, it's much healthier because it doesn't have any of the
Blood and feces.
all the junk that's in cows that's meant to get. It's basically cow growth fluid. It's supposed to be for baby calves.
Yeah, they shoot it. They shot it.
Yeah, as a baby calf, it won't produce milk, so that's what happens to them. It gets murdered after it gets separated from its mother. The first time this happens to the cows, the first birth, they grieve for their children. They wail and mourn because they miss their child, they want it back. After the second or third year of this happening, they learn to be detached. They know what's going to happen and they're desensitized, that's it.
Can these guys go to prison? Or no?
This is their job and it's completely legal, so they can do it in any way they please. The thing is, by giving the demand for the products, we're telling the industries that we want them to hire people to do these jobs. So it's a human rights issue too. We're saying that we want people to be paid to do the horrific things we see here. And things that we would never do ourselves. Do you think there's an element of hypocrisy in that we wouldn't do these things ourselves, but we're happy to pay for it to be done by someone else? Yeah, and it tends to be people who are in the most vulnerable situations who are forced into these jobs because they have no alternative.
Do you not think it's too late to change that?
It's not too late to change. It's never too late to change.
Why they burn their hair?
Like, everywhere you go, you can meet up
Yeah.
and get meat.
Burning
Like,
their
do you
head.
know what I mean?
Yeah, if you think back 150 years, the black slave trade,
Yeah.
that was rampant in America and Europe too, and people would have thought, can't change, it's everywhere. It just takes a small group of people to rise up. Hey Steph. You're right. I'm just having a conversation. Can I see you in a minute?
Yeah.
Did you go to four boys?
I did.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
I'm 19. So
Yeah.
you're a year above me.
Probably, yeah. Do you recognise me?
Yeah, I remember.
I didn't go.
'cause I remember you eating like chicken wings and stuff in school.
Oh yeah, I was a big meat eater.
It's like those pots. I remember.
Yeah, it just goes to show that no one is too far gone. We can all
Yeah.
make a change if we actually want to.
What do you study at Swansea?
Business management.
Yeah, I'm doing that next year. I'm
Awesome.
like, good college.
Yeah, I figure it's just an all-round thing that is applicable to any
Pretty good.
industry. I'm enjoying it, yeah.
How's uni life?
It's fun.
How's
It's-
party life?
I don't do much partying. I've been to some, but yeah, it's good. I like doing more activism events and
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Like lifesaver clubs.
yeah. I feel like it's more productive to society than getting drunk. Yeah.
Nice knowing you, my friend.
And you? What's your
Thank
name?
you, Mustafa.
Mustafa.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you?
Khaled.
What's your name?
Khaled.
Khaled. Nice meeting you, Mustafa Khaled.
I'll see you later. Yeah?
See you later, man.